is changing the dependent age from 18 to 7. So I just need to know in August, are we sending them back to school or are we sending them to work? Because if the dependent age is now 7, you trying to say they dependent. If I'm not mistaken, back in the day, they used to work at that age, right? So is he trying to tell us that they need to go back to work? Because I don't think Trump know that these kids ain't regular kids. These kids will flip out if they ain't got they tablets. Now, is we putting them in IT? Is we teaching them kids how to code? They might like that. They might like that. We're going to have to figure out them some jobs because they ain't going to do regular jobs. They barely listen to them teachers. Like, these employers is about to catch hell. They going to be babysitters. And don't put me at the same company as my kids. I don't want to work with them. I already got to be with them at home. Like, y'all done already took them out of school, so now y'all want them to work. And then don't put them as the same company as me. Like, this ain't.
So notice what's going on here. So her 7-year-old, right? Because she's saying that the new dependent age is changing from 18 to 7, which I think she's really just referring to the dependent age on the benefits. So you stop getting benefits for them at that age. But what this really just shows, because she's already trying to assign them, okay, well, they need to work. They need to learn coding. They need to start bringing some money in the door. Ultimately, what she's conveying is she wants them to basically pay for themselves. Really picture that. Because I really think that gives us insight into the mindset of a lot of people that we review. A lot of people, when we review, I feel like when they have kids, they feel like the kids are supposed to be all expense paid. And they don't understand when you decide to have a child, a dependent, as she said, that dependent is supposed to be dependent on you. It's not supposed to be dependent on anything else. It's not even supposed to be self-sustaining and pay for itself. You decided to take on that dependent who depends on you, so now you have to pay for it. But they're not used to having to pay for it and ultimately having to be responsible for it. So her first instinct is to start thinking of how is these kids that I had, that my initial plan was for taxpayers, the government, whatever, to pay for it. But now it's on me. How can I basically set this thing to start paying for itself? Or not this thing, this whole human being that you decided to conceive. Y'all, before we finish out the clip, if you guys could do me a favor and like the video. I know it's easy to forget, but it only takes a second. And it helps me out more than you know. So if you could like the video now, I greatly appreciate it. Let's go ahead and just finish this out.
Work. This ain't gonna work. Like it, and how much is you paying these kids? Because if you gonna, my 7-year-old need to be. He needs to get paid well. But he can't work for pennies, so that ain't gonna work either. Then you can't even disrespect that people kids, cause now they gotta leave their job to go to this job. They gonna probably, oh my lord, Trump ain't thinking this out clearly. And then the big families is definitely gonna get the most, like to hit the most. Like all like them single parents, they got like 8, 9, 10 kids.
She said Trump isn't thinking this out clearly. When funny enough, the real irony here is the fact that you decided to have kids and you didn't think it out clearly. You didn't think about everything it was going to take. And then what we see in a lot of cases is people then decide to have more, even though they can't even take care of the ones that they already have. And you're saying that Trump didn't think it out clearly or some other external force didn't think it out clearly. No, you decided to take on liabilities and dependents that you didn't think out clearly, and you really just thought out impulsively, which didn't have any thought whatsoever.
Yeah, y'all be denied. I did 16 years old. I ain't doing the right thing. I ain't got help. Fuck you, nobody, man. I need some help. I ain't got no food.
Oh no.
Man. When a nigga call y'all don't pick up answer the phone. Care about no guy.
Man, look at this dude.
When a nigga call y'all don't pick up answer the phone.
So this fool has what it appears to be diamond chains on in the food stamp office, acting a fool. but he has diamond chains on. See, what this could indicate, and what this clearly shows me, is that he was probably raised without a father, probably. Because, for one, his priorities is wrong. He's got his chain on, he's acting all emotional like this, and he's like, what am I going to do? And he's a grown man. There's nothing more pitiful than that, in my opinion. As well as, look at what he's doing. He's going into an establishment acting a fool. Where do you think he got that from? Fellas, newsflash. That doesn't work for us. We can't go to establishments acting a fool and then things happen. Some bad things happen when we act a fool like that, unless you're a true crash out. Unless you're just a true crash out, maybe it can happen. But I don't think he's gonna go to those links in order to get what he wants. But he done saw a woman in his family do that. I remember when I was younger, I saw my grandma go off on the cable company over the phone, and she ended up getting her cable free for a whole year. And one day, when I got older, I was an adult. I tried it, and I realized right there, oh, this doesn't work for us. Man, they hung up right in my face.
Man, Joe, they just towed the gas station up because her EBT card ain't have a dollar left on it. Shorty just towed the whole gas station. She just wrecked the whole gas station, man. Yo, I'm talking about tow this thing to pieces, man. Like, what? Because your EBT card ain't have another dollar on it? You posted, man. And I like this store. Look what she did to the hostess, man. To the cupcake, not to the yellow cupcakes, man. Wow. Oh, not
Just watching a video, and this lady was talking about how they cut her food stamps. Somebody reported her and said she drive a 2024 BMW. So she said they cut her food stamps. She was getting $4,000 in food stamps, and they cut it, so now she get $88. You was getting $4,000 in food stamps, and she proceeded to say she was on Section 8, and she was only paying $60 when she on Section 8. So now she has to pay $400 a month. She went from paying $60 a month to $400. And so she's saying they want her to sell her car. She drives a BMW. So they telling her if she want to be a review, she has to sell her car. I was just putting everything back in. The fact that they even giving your ass a review is crazy to me. Because how the hell is you driving a whole BMW, but you on food stamps collecting $400, and you only paying $60 in rent a month? I'm just still stuck on they was giving her $4,000. I'm blown by that. $4,000 a month. I can't even get $100. I keep getting denied. And yeah, you getting $4,000? Goodbye. And I bet you know it'll be your own people that report your ass. It was a family member reported you. I bet you they did. But shit. See how they see. I'm just mind blown by that. 4,000.
See, I can't respect it when you got the fickle philosophy, right? Fickle philosophy. Here's what I mean by that. I mean, you're throwing stones, right, on this person who was abusing the system, I guess, right? I mean, she had a BMW for Christ's sake, and she was getting $4,000 in food stamps. Why she would decide to get the BMW, it's just in human nature. People just can't help. It's like when we review these people who were either getting money sent to them from people claiming that they were in a desperate situation and then they go on vacation and post the pictures. It's been so many instances of that. Or this. I mean, literally, your situation can't be any better. You pay $60 a month in rent and you get $4,000 a month in stamps. And clearly, you're finding a way to get income from another source, which really isn't that hard. Or maybe she has a man. Imagine how great life's got to be if she has a man and he's just keeping all his funds and just they're keeping it collectively together. Or if she has someone else there who's working, who's not reported on that home. But ultimately, what I'm saying is, you've got it so good and you just couldn't help but still have to show out instead of just staying under the radar. And I feel like why I don't respect this woman talking about it is because she has a fickle philosophy. And I say that because she's been applying for it and getting denied and been getting denied. So you really want to abuse it too, but you're getting denied because you don't meet the income requirements, which means that you make enough to take care of yourself, which also shows because you're taking care of yourself, but you're still applying for these things just to abuse it. But then you're talking about somebody else. You would do it too if you could. So you really have no room to talk, in my opinion.
So I went to the dollar store this morning and I only had like $24 on my food stamp card, but I really want to cook breakfast and I ain't got no milk, no orange juice, no eggs. And what the fuck is breakfast without orange juice? So I done went up in the dollar store, got all my stuff, y'all. I had enough to get my zebra cakes.
All right, you asked for it. Now it's time to deliver. So I go into the food stamp office this morning to renew me and my family's benefits. And the first thing I noticed was a security guard right there as you walk inside. And I'm like, huh. And then I noticed this dude at the counter. I could tell he was having some difficulty because from what I overheard, he was only getting $200 in Social Security benefits, and he couldn't understand why his food stamp benefits haven't kicked in yet. So then one of the workers came out and tried to give him a bag of food, and after he gave them the appropriate paperwork, they determined that he was only going to be getting $60 a month in food stamps. And that was when he freaked the fuck out and just lost his ever-loving shit. So at that point I realized, alrighty then, now I understand why they have a security guard there now.
So I want to challenge the thought that first lady said, right? Basically, where she was complaining, oh, what's breakfast without orange juice? Are we really this soft? Listen, man, all you need is water at the end of the day, right? That's that American entitlement. I tell you, I don't think we understand how good we have it. Even our most impoverished and destitute, even the most impoverished segment of Americans are privileged and have all these standards of what they must have. I find that so incredible. We'll leave it there for today, y'all. If you could like the video, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, if you could hype the video. Hyping is a new feature that YouTube offers where basically it helps smaller content creators like myself. And what that does is when you hype, it actually pushes us the same way it pushes the larger content creators. Also, I think I've noticed that the hype button is giving more points right now. So I don't know if that's for a limited time, but let's definitely take advantage of it. And Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.